Hey guys, what is up? I have a much overdue project coming your way right now. What I have here is the Harbor Freight 1/5 horsepower airbrush compressor. Now, I've had this bad boy for 3 or 4 years, and it's been a really good tool for me. It hasn't let me down. It has, I think, 58 PSI, which is overboard for what we do, but I've been able to work with it. It's been working for me, and I have no problems with it. But it does have one major flaw, or one major weakness, and that is that it doesn't have a pressure regulator. And that's what we're going to fix today. I picked up this guy right here on Amazon, and this is just the absolute cheapest regulator I could find. It was like $14, I think. It came with pressure gauge, it had some fittings, some sort of bracket that I'm never going to use. And then I went ahead and got some pipe tape, I think is what I would call this. And I got some more fittings. So today we're going to install this regulator, and then we're also going to install quick release fittings on all my airbrushes and on the hose. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. There is a little bit of a trick to install the pipe tape, but besides that, this will be a very easy project. Okay, let's get going. Okay guys, so the first thing we need to do is install a fitting on the output of the compressor. And then once I have that done, we'll go ahead and dress the regulator itself, and then we'll install everything. So let's go ahead and talk about how to install the pipe tape. It's not hard, you just have to do it a certain way. So one thing you need to do here, whenever you're installing the pipe tape, there's two things you really need to worry about. First is when you're installing it, you always want to install it clockwise. That way when you screw in the fitting, you're not going to unwind the tape. So we install this clockwise. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to build up the pipe tape around the base of the fitting here. This surface right here is going to rest up against this surface of the output. So we want to have a nice little pad of tape around here, and then we're going to also build up around the threads. I mean, that's kind of the key to getting this fitting to sit in there and be airtight. Now once we get to install the regulator, this is going to get a little bit more fiddly because you have to get the exact right amount of tape on there so that your regulator sits straight up. So we'll probably have to install the pipe tape several times before we get that thickness just right so that sits in the correct orientation. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed. So now it's just a matter of screwing it in. And when you screw it in, you don't need to go nuts with this. You just need to get it in there to where the tape sort of digs in. And once you've dug in, give it just a little bit more of a turn, and that should seal it. Like I said, we don't want to smash this in. If you screw this in too tight, what you're going to end up doing is, instead of just compressing the tape to get that seal, you're going to rip the tape, which is going to allow air to get loose. And that's not what we want. We're biting pretty good right now. There. Okay. This tape is sticky, so you really don't need to worry about, just stick it down. Once you get that first wrap, it'll hold itself in place. There we go. Okay. So with this, this is going to be the first fiddly bit. So we have a little arrow on here that shows that the airflow goes this way. So this is the input to the regulator. This is the output, and this is where your air gauge goes. So we're going to start putting this in here, and again we're going to screw it in till it digs in. If it's not in the correct orientation, we want it to be in this orientation right here, we'll pull it out and I'll put some more tape on there. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so we're in the exact 180 from where I want to be. That was digging in really nicely. So let's go ahead and put some more tape on here. Okay, that feels pretty good. Possibly that's too tight, but we'll see. It feels pretty good though. All right, so next up I have another fitting. This is an easy install. We don't have to worry about orienting anything. And we just want to make sure we know where the where it goes, and see, we need to follow our arrow. This is the output, so and it fits fine. We know which. I'm just gonna give this a little bit of snug. Oh boy, that feels good. That feels really good. Okay, so we got our fitting. This one is, I tested this one. This one was airtight. This felt really good going on. Let's give it a test. Okay. Okay, so we're, that looks really good. All right, boys, I think we're set. We're golden. You see there? I don't see any more bubbles coming up, just the bubbles that appeared when I sprayed it. We're good. Let's wipe this off. It's very soapy now. This is my Iwata Eclipse. This is my main driver airbrush, and this is one of those quick connect fittings. These things are super easy to install. There's a rubber O-ring in there, and so all you need to do is just screw them in here, get them finger tight, and you're good to go. That's about it. And the nice thing is, boom. Let's check the you see that? No air leaks. No, okay. Yeah, I have another airbrush here. This is a Posh Talon, and this is also getting one of these boys right here. I just recently picked this airbrush up to spray on my clear coats. Now, how the regulator works here, it's very simple. You just pull up on this collar, and you'll turn it left or right to set your air pressure, and then just push the collar back down, and that locks it in place. This red thing here, don't worry about it. That is just how you install your wall mount if you wanted to use this thing right here, which I'm not using. All right, guys, I think we are about ready to wrap this video up. We have a successful project. I have installed my air pressure regulator. We are leak-free. I have my quick disconnects installed onto my airbrushes, and I didn't show it, but this is the female part of the quick disconnect. This particular one has an air valve on it that allows me to fine-tune that pressure a little bit more. Another nice benefit of this setup, let's connect it real quick, it gives you something else to hold on to, so a little bit more grip to your airbrush, which is always nice. That back. Now, if this is a feature you're not after, this extra air valve right here, the kit I bought comes with a female fitting that doesn't have it, so you're not stuck with that. And guys, I will have links to all these parts and pieces in the description. There will probably be affiliate links. I just want to put that out there. And so far, everything seems to be working pretty well. And that's it. I'm really glad to get this done. And at this point, I think we're ready to get back to painting cars. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Okay, y'all take care.